Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today, as you know, on a Thursday, I do my shopping haul. We've had such a wonderful day during the shopping today. It's been beautiful sunshine. The warmth of the sun on our backs and our faces has been absolutely lovely. We've actually been to a local area which is called the Three Sisters, and there's a beautiful lake there. Ducks, swans, absolutely brilliant wildlife around it, and coming up on the pavement, absolutely beautiful. So we sat on the benches and just enjoyed the sunshine. There was 3 of us today, and it was an absolute beautiful day. We went in there, inside cafe, and just had some tea and toast and just made the most of the day. But as usual, we did 1, 2, 3, 4 different shops today. We popped into our local food bank that we help out at on the way back. So the first place we went to is a place called The Bridge. So at that place you pay £2 membership a year, and then you pay for your goods, and it's a wonderful place. It's only a really small shop, but the vegetables and the quality of what we get there is amazing, and there's always quite a lot of free items to take. This is where in the past I've got the boxes of the flat leaf and curly leaf parsley and several other things. So let me talk you through what I got today. So I got 3 loaves of Jackson bread. 2 will be placed in the freezer and 1 I'll use as I go along, and the date on that is the 22nd. So I've got 1 brown, medium sliced, and 2 white. We're really happy with that. I got a 4 pinter of fully skimmed milk, which of course we prefer that now because we're not actually enjoying the full fat milk as much as we used to. We feel that the flavours have changed within the milk, so we're preferring to use fully skimmed milk now. And I never thought I'd hear myself say that, but we're actually preferring it. And I got that 4 pinter today for just 50p, which is absolutely fabulous. I've bought these before, you've actually seen them on my shopping haul, and they're just 2 pouches of beef gravy. Now I bought 2 a few weeks ago, and just recently, it was only last week, I made Mr. Wallflowers and myself a stew for the evening meal, and I used one of these in it, and the taste was wonderful, along with other things that I had, of course, but it was wonderful. And I thought, well, I'm still filling up the freezer from what I've lost, so I'll have those 2 in reserve and I'll really enjoy them. So 2 of them, 50p each, 2 for £1. Really happy with that. 2 mozzarella balls, 50p each, so they'll keep us going for salads if the warm weather like this continues, and if we decide to make a pizza or something like that. Now I'll freeze one of them and I'll put the other one in the fridge for use this week. And the one I freeze, yes, it's freezable, but it'll be more stringy when it defrosts, so still suitable for pizzas and for cooking with and things like that. Not as enjoyable as the fresh would be on a salad, etc. So I've got 2 of those, 1 to pop away and 1 to use now. I was really happy with this. So this is a bag of bacon bits. Just seeing if I can see the weight on it. I can't actually see the weight on it. And it cost £1, and I can't see the weight on it, but there's quite a lot. So I'll actually split that up and put that into portions. I can use that again. Omelettes, any soups or stews I make, pizzas, anything really, just sandwiches. I can use it for anything I choose that I'd like bacon on. And I just thought that was a nifty little bargain. Little pieces, but I'll really enjoy that. And of course the vegetables. Well, in this particular shop instead of just taking 5 vegetable items for £1, what most of the others do, this one is you take your carrier bag and it'll be 3 potatoes, 6 apples, 2 tomatoes, whatever it is. It'll be portions, how many you can take, but you can take something of everything that's available. So I took 9 items today. So I got a lovely fresh iceberg lettuce, I got 6 apples. Now my friend Carol is about to make an apple crumble and I'm so tempted I might just copy her. So I got 6 apples, some nice spring onions, 3 red skin potatoes, a bag of beans, and we're so enjoying them at the moment. We're really enjoying the beans. 2 nice beef tomatoes, a red and a green pepper, 2 pak choy, and a small bag of flat leaf parsley. Well, as you know, I did some a short while ago, and I'll carry on. I'll just dehydrate that, grind it, and I'll add it to the jar that I have going. So I'm constantly adding to the jars and keeping my supply of herbs up. As I always buy a roll of the bin bags, refuge sacks, and they're just 50p. Now at the moment I'm being told most rolls of of bin bags are around the £2.50 mark in the supermarkets. So I keep getting one of these. Yes, I'm not going through a roll each week, but I'm stocking my supply at the low cost that I'm paying for it, and I'm making sure I have plenty in reserve and building a supply up of those as I go along. Now, the free section that was available was a bag of vegetables, so I can add that to a soup or a stew, and it's just vegetables, and that was free. So I thought, yes, I'll have that. Again, they had a supply of herbs, so this is the green basil, and again I shall dehydrate and keep that in my dried herb stock. This one, some are a bit sweaty, I'll cut them out, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packets of lemon thyme. Now I've never used lemon thyme before. I've used thyme quite a few times, but I've never used lemon thyme before, and I'm quite interested in it. So again, I will dehydrate it, I'll create a whole new jar and have lemon thyme. And I researched it, I just quickly researched it, and it's good for cooking vegetables, adding to vegetables. It's good for meats. You can add it on a salad and eat it raw. You can do many things with it, but one of its primary uses is for enhancing meat or fish, and just really enhances the flavour and brings it out. So I'm quite looking forward to trying that out, really. What else did I get for free? They had the scrambled egg as well, which was free, but unfortunately today, I say unfortunately, but I've greatly bonused from it. You had to take the whole box, which is 4 packets of it, and I didn't really want to use that bulk of space in the freezer, so I phoned the boys and I've arranged to take a package of food up to the boys. So 2 of these will go to the boys for their freezer and for meals for them to use. I say boys, the grown men, I tell you every time. 25 coming up to 26, 19 coming up to 20, so the men. But yeah, I always send a food parcel up, so 2 of them will go in the food parcel and 2 of them will go in our freezer and will be pulled out and used for breakfasts as we go along. So I think I've covered absolutely everything here. So the total spend here for me today is £5. So the quality and the actual vast amount of food here for £5 is fabulous to me. And I've covered quite a lot of areas, you know, little bits of meat, plenty of vegetables and herbs, which is all the good stuff, some nice gravies, some nice cheese, more vegetables, bread, milk and eggs. rubbish bags. I think I've done fabulous there for £5. So let me clear this and bring up the next shop and show you what I got next. So the second food initiative, it's not really a food initiative, it's an initiative to train disabled people within the community, and when we get there we're actually fully served, the till is processed, the shelves are stocked, the whole service in the shop is provided by disabled people, and there's a trainer or a monitor who's always around. Also on site, and this is the one I was just mentioning about with the lake at the back, it's a beautiful setting. They have an on-site cafe, and the disabled people actually serve you. I feel awful saying disabled people, it's the only word I can use at the moment. Someone will come to the counter and they'll introduce themselves. Welcome to the hamlet, how can I help you? They'll have what's a bit similar to a file of fax. So each table that you sit at in the cafe will have a table runner, and they'll all be a different colour or pattern. So when the person opens the file of fax setup, they take the image, it's like a velcroed picture of that relates to that table runner, and they'll start your order with that. Then you'll order, as in my case today, it was a latte, 2 teas, 1 black, 1 white. They'll take the image of a black tea, they'll take the image of a white tea, take the image of the latte. You get how I'm explaining it. Then they'll also ask you if you'd like any food. So we just got 3 slices of toast, 1 each, and they'll take the image of the slices of toast and put that in. They then take that to the kitchen. The disabled people who are working in the kitchen will start doing the toast, start doing whatever you've ordered as that item, and the drinks order will be taken to another disabled person at the drinks machine, and they'll sort out everything that you're getting there. The aroma of real coffee is absolutely lovely. As a coffee drinker, I so enjoy that smell, walking into a cafe knowing that it's real coffee smell. It's spotless. The place is absolutely beautiful. It's glass fronted, which looks out onto the lake. It's an absolute beautiful setting, and the people serving and the people running the place are absolutely fabulous. And my latte doesn't come in a skinny glass, you know, half cup as you some might think. It actually comes in a glass mug, and it's quite a substantial cup of coffee, which to me is an absolute bonus. And all 3 of us enjoyed our drinks and enjoyed our food. The only difference at the hamlet, this is the second shop I went to today, is normally every item would be 50p each. Well, of course, with the climate that we're in now, all prices everywhere across the board are rising, and the hamlet's no different. So they said the providers that actually donate them the money to raise money for the training of these people who need training, I've actually asked them to increase, because they're having to increase the prices of their products across the board. If the hamlet was selling them cheaper, they may take business away from the main company, which absolutely makes sense. So I had no problem paying the extra prices, and sometimes I'll buy extra treat items there or luxuries that I like thoroughly just to support the business and the training scheme that they have there, because I think it's absolutely amazing and I just love it and enjoy going there. It's fabulous. So let me show you what I got. I didn't get an awful lot, but let me show you what I got. So I bought the Pink Stuff spray. Now I like to spray down the tiles, and I believe it really is less hard work for me to scrub up the grouting within the tiles. I like to use it in other places around the bathroom and different things. I use a number of things in the house. I'll use bleach for sinks and toilets, I'll use vinegar for the floors, I'll use vinegar and bicarb to clean material things and some other things around the home, but I also do sometimes use commercial sprays, and this one in particular is quite handy for me to use, so I enjoy getting that, and to get that for £1 is a bonus to me. The second item is only a small jar, and yes, I paid £1 for it to support the training within the facility, and this is a treat for Mr. Wallflowers. I like a peanut spread, something like that. Mr. Wallflowers really enjoys the biscotti taste, and I thought he might like that for toast before he goes to work in the morning, or any sandwiches or a little treat, or even if we bake a cake or we do something, that might be just an alternative to what we normally use. So I picked that up. These bags of coal, obviously for the barbecue in the garden. Now the 1 kilo, I've been collecting these, and I have built up a little supply to use for the summer, so we can prepare food in the garden. And if there does become more of a fuel crisis or a blackout, or we don't have anything available, I've been storing these to make sure that we have a supply to use the barbecue when needed. So they've cost me £1 each today instead of the 50p, but locally, even within my local food bank, they have a community shop where anyone can shop. They sell this for £3 a bag, exactly the same item, exactly the same weight. And the local supermarket, one place sells it exactly the same weight and product. One supermarket sells it for £3.50, and another supermarket sells it for over £4. So to get this still at double the price I'm used to for £1 is an absolute bargain, and I have no issue paying that. As frugal as I am, I have no issue of paying £1 for a kilo of cold briquettes, so I'm quite happy with that. Again, another treat item. So this is bacon frazzle rashers, crisps, and that will be a snack, an evening snack one evening for Mr. Wallflowers and I. They'll probably last 2 evenings, but that'll be a snack and a treat that we can enjoy. We don't deprive ourselves. If we want a treat, there's always crisps, a sugary item, or we can bake something and make something. You know, as frugal as we are, we don't deprive ourselves. If there's something, I have a terrible sweet tooth, and I do like to have a treat at hand, you know, and I make sure within this type of shopping that I do, there's always treats available. I just think it's common sense. And the next item I got is it's white hook and hoop tape. So basically it's Velcro. And this again cost me £1, and I believe it would be much more expensive in the supermarket or a haberdashery or anywhere like that. And the purpose of me buying this today is I have a project running in the garden at the moment to try and build a wood store. I don't have a shed, I don't have any of those covered facilities within the garden at the moment. And when the polytunnel finally lived its last breath last year and got dismantled through the snow, I kept the covering, and we got rid of in the end all the aluminium that was with it, and I kept the covering. Now that's coming back into play now, because where I've got shelving for a wood store and can keep all different things on it and make sure it's there for future use, I've put the polytunnel cover on. Well, of course the polytunnel is 3 times at least bigger than the wood store area. So of course I can't staple it, I can't pierce it, I can't do anything like that. And my idea is, I got some glue from the same place about a month ago, and I paid 50p for that. I'm going to trim this into size. I'm going to glue the Velcro to the polytunnel, either to the fence, to the framing of the wood stand that I've got, and I'm going to be able to gather the polytunnel and maintain it, keep it down so the wind doesn't blow it away. I put it on as a trial a couple of days ago, and it actually come off in the gust of wind, and it landed in my next door neighbour's garden, and she's a fabulous lady. She gathered it up and she put it over the stone wall, and it's back in our garden now. So we've weighted it down with a rock, and it's not going anywhere at the moment. So the plan is, it's a big job, plan is to put the polytunnel cover back over the wood store and then to work out where this is best applied and we can actually maintain the gathering of it and support it to fences or frames. So that £1 for me today is a fabulous investment, and yeah, it's a really positive thing for me to see because it'll basically make our wood store dry, safe, and it won't blow off in the wind. So I'm so happy with that. So all of that, as you can tell, £1, £2, £3, £4, £5, £6 compared to everything else I normally buy. It doesn't look an awful lot, but for me to buy those products elsewhere would cost me a lot more than double the £6. So I'm really happy that I'm supporting the training facility, I'm supporting the place itself, and I've got some good quality items. So yeah. Okay, let me take these off and I'll show you what I got in the next shop. So the third shop I went to, it's 12 items in the shop, any items in the shop at all, for £4. As I say, we pay the membership at the beginning of the year each year, and we pay £5 for membership each time you go. So you could go 5 days a week if you wish, you could go as many times or as little as you choose, and you take 12 items and it's always just £4. If you take an extra item, it's 40 pence. 40 pence for each extra item, which is fabulous because sometimes it's nice to get an extra item. So let me show you what we got today. So I got 4 red skin potatoes, 3 beautiful nectarines, and 3 oranges. So potatoes will be used as meals. Nectarines, I might make a dessert with it, or I might just eat them the way they are. They look delicious. And the oranges are to go with the lemons that I already have, and I've started now to make my dandelion honey, and each time I make it I use 1 orange and 1 lemon, so they're for my supply for making dandelion honey now, to make a stock of it for the 12 months ahead. Of course 2 treats, so 2 bars of chocolate for myself to put away, and sometimes if I buy in bulk like this and I build up extra stacks, I do a chocolate supply in one of the drawers in the fridge. Just because I bought 2 bars of chocolate today doesn't mean they'll be eaten in a week's period, because generally they won't be. I might eat half a bar at a time, and that whole one might get eaten this week, and then that'll sit there for a couple of weeks. So if I buy extra, I tend to build up a little bit of a chocolate store, so then when I do have a sweet tooth I can come across and I go, well, I'll have that one this time, or shall I have that? And I've got myself a little choice then. As we do with our pantries, you know, we build up several different types of different foods. So when we go to our pantry, it's like being in a shop itself. And I try to do that with the treats as well. I build up a supply, so I might be in the mood for that chocolate, I might be in the mood for something else. And I give myself a bit of scope to go with what I have that craving for at that time. So yeah. 2 bars of chocolate from my chocolate store, a packet of Erdon thick noodles, which will be nice to go along with when I'm using up the vegetables, make a stir fry or something along those lines. It'd be so easy for me to just chuck in, and we've got a bumper meal there, so that'll be really nice. I've got some small salad potatoes, and again we like those with a salad. Sometimes I'll pop them in soups and stews, and I really like the small mouth-sized potatoes, so they'd be nice. Mr. Wallflowers tends to take these with him in the van for work, or sometimes he'll have an evening snack with them. Again, we buy them like this and they may build up for a couple of weeks, and he's got a choice then. Would you like those crackers? Would you like a different type of cracker? Would you like a different type of treat? And he can go to the pantry and he can choose for himself what he'd like. So we were running low on them, so I got him some of those. It was 2 for 1, so these 2 jars were classed as 1 item today, and these are just chicken paste, and you can get salmon, you can get different flavours. Now yes, they can be just generically as you use them, just for a sandwich. But you can actually make a chicken sauce out of these, you know. You can either add water to them, you can add half water, half milk, and just bring it to a heat in the pan, and you can actually make a nice sauce. Or if you were adding real chicken or something like that, you can actually enhance it with the chicken sauce to do a chicken casserole or anything like that. You know, these meat pastes are really versatile and you can use them for other things, so I thought they'd be nice to have. I haven't actually got any of those in the pantry at the moment, so if they're there more regularly, I'll try and pick up a supply of different flavours. I have used salmon in the past and made sauces and different things with the salmon paste. It was quite nice. These two things were on the shelf. Now, one of them is a treatment for athlete's foot. Neither of us actually have athlete's foot, but I've been building up a little bit of medical supply, different things, obviously the basics, plasters, bandages, all of those types of things. But along the way we've bought dental kits to fill in our own fillings, compresses, ankle and knee supports and things like that, and I'm able to pick these up randomly at these initiatives that I shop at. So I'm going to put that in the first aid kit, not the small first aid kit we keep for emergencies, but the box that we can search in for other supplies. Just like going to the shop, we can look and we can see what we've got. So somewhere along the line, if ourselves or the boys are suffering from athlete's foot, Mum's got it in the kit and Mum can go and use that, and I was able to pick that up today. Another one is a hand dehydrating care mist. With being in the garden, I'm going to be in the garden so regularly now, and I tend not to use gloves a lot. You know, occasionally I do if it's a really mucky job, but 9 out of 10 times you'll see me on the videos with my hands straight in the dirt, my hands straight into anything, and I just like the feel of being in the earth, you know, and doing it. But my hands do get slightly rough afterwards, and I just thought, you know, each item comes to about 33 pence, and thought, why not? Why not? It's there, you know. So I picked that up for myself. I still don't make salves, I still don't make any of those things, which I should really be concentrating on, but I've not got to that point yet. So to be able to pick up a product like that for me is an absolute bonus. That's not cost me any surplus money. So yeah, doesn't look like, oh, and these two, I call them nudges, sandwich rolls. On these, let me double check what's on them. So the cheese and savoury, and Mr. Wallflowers and I will have them for our lunch this afternoon, and they're fresh today, and just cheese sandwiches basically, and we'll enjoy that. The bunches of daffodils were free, and we were encouraged to take 2, so the ones at the back are obviously not open yet, so I'll get a bit more longevity out of them. And I like the freshness of them in the kitchen. I just think it's nice. So yeah, everything there you see cost me £12 today.
No.
£4, sorry. You know, it's 12 items for £4. I'm still thinking about the flowers. You should know what I'm like. Yeah, so everything there got £4. Thank you, Mr. Wallflowers, because I'd have just carried on there. But yeah, some nice treats.
You wouldn't pay £12 for a shop.
I know, yeah. I think everyone here knows us better than that anyway. So let me bring up the next shop and show you what we got. So the next shop we went to is a food initiative called Fair Clement. And I managed to get free bread. And this is a uncut tiger, which will be really enjoyable. I'm looking forward to cutting the slice and toasting it and having some butter on that. Again, some nice little treats. And these will be eaten first. So there's 6 mini Victoria sponge cakes. And as you can see, they've got jam and cream in them, and they look absolutely delicious. And they were just 50 pence. These spring onions, same as last time that I told you, they were on the free counter outside, and it was everyone to help themselves, and if you didn't, you're actually going to go in landfill, which is absolutely crazy. So again, I will salvage the roots, and these ones in particular will be added to the carrot bed that Mr. Wallflowers did yesterday. And as partner planting, when you're sowing carrots or you're planting carrots, to plant onions in, or mint, or anything like that, you actually are dissuading the carrot fly from interfering with the carrots, so hopefully helping you have a better crop. So all of these roots of the spring onions will be replanted in the carrot bed and enhance our carrot growing. If I can salvage much of the onion, then I shall chop them up, slice them up, and fill a Ziploc and put them in the freezer, and then I can just take a handful of the spring onion as and when I need them. But the rest of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bundles together, are my spring onion planting in the new carrot bed. So that's an absolute blessing, and they were 100% free, so I'm over the moon with that. This big bag that you see here is full of primarily small onions, so basically pickling onions is how I see them. Now, if you've been watching my haul videos, you'll remember that I've been picking up pickling vinegar, which has peppercorns added and other spices. It's been a really good, I don't particularly go by brand names, but it's a Sarson's vinegar, which is supposed, we like that on our chips. And it's really big jars of pickling vinegar, and I've built up a supply of them now, and to be able to get these onions today is fabulous. Now, I've weighed out 500 grams, so you can imagine I've probably got 10 to 20 kilo there of pickling onions. So I'm going to have some fun. I'm just going to do them in normal glass jars that I generally keep. I'm going to look for the bigger type, and although they have metal lids, I shall put a plastic covering on and still put the lid on because of the vinegar. The vinegar will basically rust the metal lid, so I'll put a plastic covering on, and I'll use this one isn't quite big enough, but I'll use the larger jars that I have, and try and pickle as much of those onions as I can. Some will be for friends, and again, some will be a 12-month supply for our pantry, which is always our aim. We preserve as much as we can, but if I have one product and I can do 12-month supply of it, that's absolutely fabulous, because it's covered for the year. Then it's hard work, take time to do it, but it's done for the year, and we have that item covered. So the guy in this shop is like second in command, like second manager. I actually said to him, are these onions being taken by many? He went, I'm glad you asked, he said, because I'm going to have to get rid of those today, tomorrow, if not many are going, because we need the space to keep replenishing the fresh stock. I said, can I make you an offer? He said, yeah. He said, okay. He said, save me getting rid of them. And I thought I'd be cheeky. So I actually said 50 pence, and he snatched my hand off. He said, yes, straight away. So I thought he'd at least say, £1, £1.50. But he agreed to 50 pence eagerly, because it saved him a job. I hefted the bag out with the help of Carol, and I asked another gentleman to help me to the car with it, and he didn't have to dispose of it. They didn't have to pay to get rid of it. They didn't have to do anything. He had that space then to just restock with the new vegetables and the new products they had in store. So yeah, 10 to 20 kilos of onions that I shall now pickle for 12 months ahead for myself, my family and my friends, and we're all sorted. So yeah, what have I paid here? I've actually spent 50 pence in that shop, and that was for the cakes. The bread was free, spring onion, oh no, I've paid £1, sorry. 50 pence for the cakes, 50 pence for the onions, so it all cost me £1, and these were free. So I've got plants for the future that will never stop growing. It's cut and come again, and I'll have those for many years to come. I'll have the pickled onions for 12 months to come, and gifts for everyone around me. I have a nice treat for a couple of evenings of some nice Victoria sponge and some beautiful toast for breakfast. So for £1, to me, that's absolutely amazing. So I'm really happy with that. Okay, let me clear and I'll show you the last shop I went to. So the last place we went to is the food bank that we've been helping out recently. Mr. Wallflowers and I are actually helping out this evening. We will be going to the stores that donate to our food bank, and we'll be collecting them goods, taking them back and help stocking the shelves when we get there. So that's our donation to the community that we like to help out. So whilst I was there today in the community shop part of the food bank where everyone else can go and shop, I actually saw there was lots of these Bakewell tarts. And when I asked for a price, because we help and because we help out, 50 pence. So I got 6 wonderful Bakewell tarts. As I say, I'm putting a parcel together for my sons. So a couple of these will go in, and some of them will be for me. Mr. Wallflowers won't touch them. I will insist he doesn't touch them because they are mine. They've got my name on. And a couple will go to the boys just as a little treat. Now whilst I was there, the lady's called Margaret, and she's such a wonderful woman who runs the food bank. Her heart is so big it bursts, and she helps everyone that she possibly can in the community. And I've been telling her recently about how I was planning to make the dandelion honey. And she already had 2 gifts set aside for me, and when I asked her, you know, how much, she was quite insulted and said it's a gift from her to me. So this is actually, I don't know if you can read the kilner, but it looks to me like a honey bottle. You know, you can actually see the pattern around it, and like a beehive, yeah. And it's got like a Grolsch style top to it. And I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. So with me making the honey, I'll give this a good wash out, and that will be one of the first things that I fill with my homemade honey. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in use. This was a serving pot she gave me. Now there's no name or anything on the bottom, not that I'm bothered. A lovely little butterfly. Oh, it's a bee, isn't it? Sorry, it's a bee shape on the top, and the spoon. And it's all like in a porcelain china effect, you know, and I think it's such a beautiful little serving pot. 9 out of 10 times we wouldn't necessarily do that just for Mr. Wallflowers and I, but if the boys come to tea or we have visitors, it's something that I think would look beautiful when we set out a table. So I'm really happy with that, and I just like it. I just think it's a beautiful piece. So for her to gift me those today from the heart, what a beautiful gift for someone to give you. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so I spent 50 pence at that store, and a loving gift when she knows that I'm actually making the honey. So yeah, that was absolute blessing for me. So really happy. Okay, let me bring everything back up and show you the amount and give you a total cost of everything that I got today. Okay, so I've laid everything back out that I got today. I actually spent a total of £16.50 on something just fell in there. One of the bags fell in the background. £16.50. There were a few items that were free, 2 items that were a gift. But the rest would have cost me an awful lot more than £16.50, and I am truly blessed with everything that I've got here today. It was my turn to pay for lunch. As I say, we only had toast and a couple of brews, so I actually spent £5, including the tip for the trainees. So in all, I've actually paid £21.50 today. But the shopping itself actually cost me £16.50. So again, let me talk you through it. I've got an awful lot of herbs, lemon thyme, a bit more black parsley, lots and lots of vegetables. Mostly will be eaten, some planted out in the garden, pickled onions for the 12 months ahead, and a load of basil and thyme will be for the 12 months ahead. All these vegetables will give us some delicious meals. The fruit will give us some delicious desserts, sauces, lots of treats within. As you can see, there's 2 different types of cakes, chocolate bars, crackers and spreads. Plenty of bread, plenty of potatoes, 2 different types. Bin liners, cleaning agents, cosmetic treats and medical treats. Velcro to help us with the project in the garden, frozen scrambled eggs, 2 cheeses, snacks for Mr. Wallflowers, frozen vegetables, frozen gravies, bacon bits, 2 bags of coal for the barbecue in the garden, 3 sandwiches for lunch, a beautiful bunch of flowers, and everything you see there, just absolutely amazing. £16.50. We couldn't eat that all in a week if we tried, could we? You know, yes, we will bring some freezer items out that we do have that we add to it, whether it be fishes or meats. Sometimes we have meals that don't have fish or meat in, depending on what we're making that day and how we feel. But yeah, many of these items will be stored, preserved, cooked into meals, frozen, blanched, frozen and kept. You know, a lot of this food will be eaten 6 months, 12 months on down the line. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll speak to you again soon. Mr. Wallflowers will pan down and show you all the items individually. Or I will. He's just passed me the camera. As you can see here, that bag is so big a bag. Mr. Wallflowers can't wait. Can you hear him munching in the background already? He's opened a sandwich, guys. Look, I'm telling on him. He's opened a sandwich without waiting for me. You could have put it on a plate. As I said, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thanks, bye.